Hi, my name is Josh. My username handles are FitHuskyDad on TikTok and Instagram. I decided to try my hand on making YouTube videos because TikTok sucks, let's be honest. Since the whole algorithm and they want you to pay for views, I'm not all for that. So if you're new here, I do car stuff, dog stuff, I'm a nerd, motorcycle stuff. Well, I'm not a sport bike rider anymore. I used to have two Hayabusas, a Ducati. I got rid of those and I now have a Harley Road Glide. Brother! Yeah, I know, I get it. But I just wanted to come on here because I've made videos in the past on YouTube, back when YouTube wasn't that big, and a lot of people who started becoming YouTubers really took off there. And I really never did a lot of social media per se, and I just wanted to try something else. And I started on TikTok about 2019 when they went from Musical.ly to TikTok, and that's when it was actually a lot of fun to make videos and do things on because there was no weird algorithm. Everyone seen your stuff and you could see everyone else's stuff, and it wasn't so biased as it is nowadays. But I racked up 500,000 followers ish. I was knocking on the door at 600,000, but it slowly dwindled down because I kind of stopped posting for a while due to mental health, and I just got tired of social media in general because of the atmosphere and them throttling seeing your things. Because like I said, I have 500,000 followers on my TikTok, and I maybe get a couple hundred views, maybe 1,000 if I'm lucky. And I like having a creative outlet and watching them throttle my stuff that not even my own followers can see my stuff. It's kind of annoying. Like I said, I do dog stuff too. So I have 4 Siberian Huskies and a Belgian Malinois. I will go inside and introduce them in a little bit, but you can clearly hear them. I'm also like a huge car guy. I've been a car guy since I was 14, 13. I grew up watching Initial D, playing Need for Speed. Guys! There's nobody here! That's me. Need for Speed, you know, Fast and Furious was a big thing back in the day when it first started, before it went off the rails. Really? That's my life, in case you don't know. I live with Huskies. They like to sing and yell. And of course the Malinois is a Malinois. That's all you need to know. If not, I can go into more detail about how crazy they really are. But my first car was a 1988 Mazda RX-7. That tells you a lot, but I had no clue how to maintain that vehicle, and I didn't realize how to maintain that vehicle until later on in life. So clearly those apex seals went bye-bye. I ended up selling that car, had a Fox body, an 88 Fox body with his board stroked heads cam. It was an absolute monster. It was so much fun. But those are just cars I started out with, and so it's not like I'm one faceted of being like a 90s JDM guy or muscle guy or a Euro guy. I'm not a Euro guy. My wife has a BMW X3 M40i. That's about, and I had an Audi TT-RS and an Audi S3. But I didn't fall in love with those as much as I loved the Japanese and American muscle. So I've had a lot of cars here and there. I've had, I think, in the realm of 29 or 30 cars. I made a list. I haven't counted them, I don't think. But I have a list. I'll go in depth with that later. But I was just coming on here to really introduce myself to a new crowd to show me and who I am, the kind of content I can bring. I'm sure people are not going to sit through, what is this, 4 minutes already of me babbling and not really showing anything because I don't know how to edit very well. I will learn eventually, but as of right now, I'll probably keep editing to a very minimum just because I don't know exactly how to edit here and there yet. I will learn. It'll get better as time goes. If my channel doesn't do too well, I'm still gonna keep posting because it's still gonna be fun for me to do and have an outlet to hopefully educate people and have fun with people. Because even on TikTok, with me having 500,000 followers, it really opened the doors of not receiving money or anything, because I never took a dime from TikTok. I left all my money in the creator fund. I never took a penny. I never gave them my W-2 or my social security number, nothing. I didn't make content to make money. I have my own job. I co-own and manage an ice cream store in Caseyville. I'm located near St. Louis, Missouri. So I don't need any money from YouTube or TikTok or Instagram. I'm gonna do this purely for the sole fact of fun and meeting people and finding people with the same hobbies, cars, dog stuff, nerdy. You can tell I'm a giant nerd. I'm covered in tattoos. I play Magic the Gathering. I like anime. I'm like, yeah, it's me. And I like talking to people like that. And I've gotten to meet a lot of cool people over the years because my TikTok account grew so big. But I never took a dime. As a lot of people say, oh, follow this link to go save 10%, 50%. I'm not about that. I'm not going to sell a product just because, telemarketer. I'm not going to sell a product just because I'm told to and so I can make money off it. I do not care. I'm not going to sell anything because I don't need to. You want to like help me? Come buy ice cream. I get to make you happy in the process of giving you sugar and milk. I mean, that's what I'm about. I'm not about making money off views and selling a product or discount codes. I do not care. I'm not the kind of person. If I make money off this stuff, I will probably donate like I have in the past. I've donated to shelters. I've donated to canines supplying with ballistic and knife-proof vests. So I do those things. I don't do this for the money. Like I said, I need a creative outlet for me to like do things with because my mind is going a million miles an hour. You know, people with ADD and ADHD, we do these things. So this will just be an outlet. I will take you on a journey with my cars, anime, gaming. Yeah, I game. I don't do Twitch. Like I said, I don't do this to make money. And honestly, I don't know how to work Twitch. Not gonna lie. But that's basically it. And I hope that people want to follow along. I know I'm not a car YouTuber. I'm not an anime YouTuber. I'm not anything. I'm not in any category because I'm just gonna do what I want to do. And I know a lot of these car YouTubers out there are always trying to like make builds based on making profit and all this fun stuff. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my cars. I'm not gonna turn around and resell them or raffle them off like a lot of people do. I'm not gonna tell you go buy my product and you get entries in to win this car. No, these are my cars. I'm keeping them. So I actually have a 2006 STI, pardon me, with a GT 3076 in a stock location. It's not rotated, sadly, but I had a 2008 STI in the past that was about 600 horsepower on a 6266 turbo. So I have this car currently. And if you see that, yes, I have an R33 GTR V-Spec in midnight purple. I blew the motor. Oops. I spun a bearing and it decided to go, no, we're not having that. So I'm now in the process of trying to either rebuild it, find a motor that's already built to put in, with credentials and paperwork and whatnot. I'm definitely not going back to stock because that car is far from stock, what I've done to it and what's also been done before I even got it, because I'm not the first owner. I'm the third or fourth owner of the car because I've always wanted that car. And so I was actually able to obtain this vehicle from a shop in St. Louis who a guy bought it, part of his collection, and to flip it later down the road. So he owns a shop and he's a real estate investor and has a bunch of cool cars in his inventory, which he has a 2000, or it might be 99 because I'm not sure, of import and whatnot, but it's a Bayside Blue R34, completely restored, carpets, seats, wiring. Underneath the car has been redone. Engine bay looks brand new. It's a brand new motor. It is completely gone through. He said it was like a 4-year process of getting it to being absolutely perfect. So I may one day go over there and we'll go look at his inventory and interview him and just to go talk with him, because he's got a lot of cool shit, to be honest, and a bunch of Supras. And I think it'll be a fun thing to do, just to go talk to people, you know, interview. You see on this on YouTube all the time, but it's something else to do. I may find time. Like I said, I do co-own and manage a business, so a lot of my time is going to be directed toward that. I will do this in my free time. I'm not going to be posting every single day, day in and day out. And I'll post when I get around to, because again, I'm not doing this for money. I'm not doing this for views. I'm doing this as a creative outlet of things I could do with myself and present things. But I said I was going to introduce you to my dogs. So we will go and take a look at my puppy dogs, because they're a lot of my life and what also created my channel to do what on YouTube, TikTok, what it became. So we will go and have a chat with my doggies. That is Siren. I know, baby. Hi, Siren. She does dock dive, agility. We've done some Mondio ring with her. We have Keza, my redhead. Hi, baby. She is retired from mushroom. Doesn't do anything. Dakari is one of the fastest huskies in the nation for agility. We are just at Westminster. Yes, hi, thank you. We were just at Westminster in New York. So we probably seen this on Fox 1, your tail. And he placed 5th, so it wasn't we qualified on both runs, but didn't make it to finals. Hi, Keza. Nico is a rescue that we got, what was it? He's 6 years ago, something like that. We were actually his 4th home. So he was rehomed numerous times because people got the breed and was like, oh, he looks like a wolf. I want him, and don't understand that it takes a lot of work with huskies. So they got him, and now we have him because people suck. And that's one thing I also do. I advocate for huskies and the breeds I have, and just people doing education about breeds they want in general. I want to see people who will really look into the breeds they want, so they actually understand what they're getting themselves into down the road when it comes to training and the kind of breed that it is and what the job of them is. And people need to actually apply that to the breed. But that's one thing I do on my TikTok. So if you ever go in that and go to my TikTok and watch videos, you'll see a lot of that. So then we're gonna go look. There is my setup as of right now. So I just play Xbox, that's all. Call of Duty, Borderlands, Halo, and Miss Azura. She is the oldest. Don't you move your head away. We have had her since she was 6 weeks old, and she is now 13 years old. Oh girl. But she's also retired from dog mushing as well. That is one sport we tried in the first place when we got our huskies. So that's just a slight introduction of me, my dogs, what I do, any kind of content I will bring down the road. So if you stayed this long, cool. Throw me a like, possibly throw me a follow, it's whatever. Put down in the comments what you want to see, what you want to talk about, what you want me to do, anything. I don't care. I like content. I like making content because it's fun. Again, I'm not doing this for money. I do not get like flying, that word. But hopefully this gives you a little insight of who I am. If you go look at my TikToks and my Instagram, you'll see a lot more because that's all grounded from doing that for years. If you look back at my YouTube videos, it's a few car things, exhaust videos, some racing videos. That's about it because Street Fighter died. If you know what Street Fighter is, definitely tell me you know that because you're OG then. So, signing off, Fit Husky Dad. I hope to see you guys all later and more content.